All right, so I'm here to do an ode to love, and it just kind of hit me on the spot here that I had to do it. But I really don't know what to say other than love. You are powerful. You are graceful. You are forgiving. You fucking hurt, but only for the better. You are there when I expect you not to be, and I'm still discovering you. So I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you, and that's it.
I do like what men do and what how women think as well, because that communication is always important.
Yep.
To try to find try to eliminate that gray area in which we're just overthinking. We can just kind of more connect if we just have this whole circle and just talk about it.
And that's another thing, you have to communicate during those stepping stones. You can't just talk and then become intimate and be like, oh, we're dating, because he might just be like, oh, she's just giving me some ass.
This is just a random conversation. There is no there was no question.
There has to be communication during all these stepping stones. Period.
Right.
You can't just talk, and like I said, then you start having sex, and then women tend to be we'll be like, oh well, we're dating, and the dude's like, nah, she just.
Right,
those freaking right now.
Yeah,
and he's still back on phase 1, and you pushing up on 3.
Right,
because y'all haven't talked about it.
Right,
he's moving in reverse, and
right,
progressing, and it's just like, ooh, that's dangerous.
100%.
He's still in park G in third gear. You know, like, we moving along, going down the line. He's like, no, we right here.
That's crazy.
All right, we going back live. Let's get it back on. We have a little intermission. Whenever you're ready.
Trying to get me to process things.
I gotta switch to music. My bad.
It's new and it's hard because as a woman, unfortunately, also a lot of us have lowered our standards.
100%.
We don't hold men accountable. We don't make them do the things that back in the day they had to do. They had to meet your parents. They had to take you out. They had to court you because you getting drunk on the first night and you like, oh, you got googly eyes, and now you go home, you sleep with him, and you wonder why you're not hearing from his ass, or he'll still fuck with you, but he's not giving you a title. He's not taking you anywhere. He's not making you more because he already got what people work up to. So where do you go from there? Exactly. He didn't already got it, or she didn't already got it, because women do it too. So it's like, where do you go from there? If you do everything just all up front, then there's no room to grow.
Right.
So what you got to say about women giving it up for the first night, on the first night?
I didn't even know that was a question.
It wasn't. This is just a conversation, but you saying right though.
I'm just listening to her talk though, because I'm just taking in. But whew,
here we go. We have to get the guy's perspective.
I'm gonna
because
be real with you, man. I don't know. Like, that really is for an individual. Like, for a perfect example is I will quote Andre 3000 in the Love Below his album. He says he doesn't give a fuck about a woman giving it up on her first night. That just goes to show what she wants out of life. He feels that way.
Okay.
I don't know if I necessarily feel that way or whatnot, because I haven't had honestly a lot of experience with it, and I'm just dealing with some personal stuff where it's like I'm kind of backing away from like that type of
dating.
intimacy.
Yeah.
So it's just like, for me, I really got to chalk it up to I don't know yet.
Okay, that's it. And some people have to be able to sit there and say, I honestly don't know. I can't call it.
I will be thinking.
But you ain't gonna turn it down.
What happened now?
Huh?
At this point in time in my life, most definitely, I am not in the space to be in that type of energy.
But I feel that yes, the woman knows what she wants, and that's fine. But are you gonna take that woman home to mama? Are you gonna take that woman to be your woman? I'm not saying there's nothing wrong if you choose to give it up on the first night and you choose to take it. Hey, I don't regret nothing I ever did, because at that moment is what I wanted.
Exactly,
so I'm
right.
not about to regret it. However, you just for fun.
Well, at that point, you're asking me would I take that girl home to mama. I guess in that sense, it really would depend on just like where the fuck her mentor was when she decided to do that, because you can tell a lot by asking certain questions and just a woman's mentality. If a woman is just like mature as fuck and she knows herself and she's cool with that decision, then it's like, yo, you know what the fuck you're doing, and I trust you because you trust yourself, and that's something I'm cool with taking home to moms. But if it's just like some silly immature girl who's like doing some shit out of escapism, or she's just over there like, oh, I'm just doing this for fun because like I don't know what I want yet, it's like, nah, I can't fuck with you because you're not even well developed yet, and it's nothing against you, but you're just still young and inexperienced, so you can keep that shit over there. But as far as, it really depends on the mental of the woman when I'm talking to her. That's what it is for me.
All right, so we back, y'all. Hello, everybody. I just really started recording when we were just having a conversation because the conversation was still good, so I wanted to get that content. But we're going to move forward. I have just 2 more questions, and that's it. And I don't feel like I want to rush. I don't want to say I'm going to rush through it. I'm just not going to rush through it. We just going to talk. That's it. Okay. Ooh. Wait. Did we start over here?
Yeah, start over there because I don't like that. Ooh.
No, it's still...
Wait,
wait.
What's the question?
I'm trying to think about if we answered this. I'm trying to think if we kind of answered it, kind of. And if so, then we'll just make it quick and keep going. The question is, do you feel like this stage of talking, quote unquote, is conducive or detrimental to dating?
Yeah, I honestly, again, I'd say,
Yeah.
Again, it depends on the person. If you know what you're doing with what you got, then it all depends on the person.
Okay. You think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's bad.
Ooh.
Because you're giving me time to weigh out my options. If you don't come in telling me exactly what it is that you want and what it is that we're working towards, it just creates this gray area, and it's hard to come back from that.
Talk, girl, that's
real.
real.
Have my cake and eat it too, so it's gonna be hard to, So
that's real. Okay. Good or bad?
I get that.
Yeah.
It's both. But if they come in and they tell you what they want, you still get to know that person, correct?
Right.
So you're still talking. You're still... No? Yeah? You still communicate with that person to figure out ways to move forward to those things that they're telling you that they want and things that you say you want. So that, to me, that's still a talking phase.
Okay. So you say it's both?
I say it's what you make it. You
Okay.
can talk to somebody for a couple months and nothing will come of it. You could talk to someone, this is what we want, and then guess what? We're still going to talk about it to see, and you're going to talk about it and you're still going to act on it. You're going to start making moves to act on those things that we talked about.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I say it's both. It just, your perspective depends on the individual. As far as me, I use the talking stage to my advantage so I can weigh out my options, because I don't like to put all my time into one person and waste, because time is one of those things that you can give out but you can't get back. So it's really important to everybody. So I don't want to waste my time on one person and like it goes nowhere and I just wasted all that shit instead of like branching out to like other people and trying to get a feel of what I want and like others and all that shit.
Okay. You think talking is good or bad?
I agree with you. Like, how long are we gonna talk for?
For real?
Like, how long
Yeah.
are we talking?
Yeah.
So if someone's showing me, hey, let's go dance. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with that. Like, yeah, I definitely agree with what you said.
That makes sense. Look, you should go. Camera, please.
But it's like, because I know you're doing that, it creates that whole situation shift that you guys were talking about earlier. Like, because I know we're just talking, it's letting me know that you have other women that are around you.
But are you going to make that move to come to me?
I am.
In that sense.
But you said you were keeping other men around also, so we got to look at it both ways. If as a
because
woman, you keep other men, just like he's probably talking to other women.
Right. But because if you put the label that we're just talking, I know that you have other females around, so that's gonna make me keep somebody over here.
Exactly, but it comes to that. When, like, if you make the first move, I make the first move, we're on the same page,
right?
Then we're going somewhere with it.
Right.
But if you just waiting for something to happen, like, and I'm not making anything happen either, then we're just talking. It's going nowhere. But it's just like I said, it's just perception.
Yeah.
She said it's going nowhere. I heard that part. It's going nowhere, huh?
And make it go somewhere.
Like, if it's taking too long for, like, I feel like if someone's not really making that first step, if someone is like not that interested to like really being avid about trying to see me, then I will try to push the issue. If it goes nowhere from that, we done.
So you wait for the female to say, "Hey, let's get together."
No,
Or as a man,
I
you say,
kind
"Hey,
of like,
let's get
well, as far as
together."
me, I push the issue first. But if they not committed on their end, because it always takes two to tango. But if it doesn't work on that end, then, you know, I got other options on the side.
See, and that's the issue today. We live in a disposable world.
Ooh, talk, please,
So the
please.
moment that you don't call or text me, I'm just like, well, I'm about to get on the app and meet a new boo. You know what I mean?
So
like,
quick.
It's nothing. So it's like, how do we, you know what I mean? Like, how do we build something if I can just easily replace you?
You don't, because if he wanted to build something, he'd be communicating. So
Right.
you're in every right to move forward.
Right.
You don't sit around and wait. You don't have no ties to this person.
Don't have no foul.
So you're right. To him, not him. I'm all pointing.
You know
Okay.
Downstairs.
disposable
You know what I
world.
mean?
So disposable.
And,
All right, hold on. Did you want to speak on it? Okay. Hold on. We got a request to be in the live. K40 did say, let me hit my other thing. It says it there. She said that she believes that morals have a lot to do with it, but she is requested to be in a live. I think she got something to say to people. Not yet. Waiting for K4. Oh. What's going on, my girl?
what's up?
Hey guys, how are you guys?
Hey.
What up?
Hi.
Wait, so I just have a question. So when you're talking to a guy as a female, when she has options, does that make her a hoe?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
No.
A hoe is when you sleeping with everybody. You can
Okay.
talk.
Not just when you have
talk to
options.
whoever I want to talk to. I can go to the grocery store and talk to the damn man bagging my groceries. Am I a hoe? No. Are we having a conversation?
Okay.
But I
Okay.
do feel like he's gonna see you that way if you actually tell him openly.
You have
If you're
other
not
options.
committed to
Right,
it, you don't
that's
have
what
to tell
I
them
mean.
anything.
If that's the case, then
If you're not committed to that person, you don't have to tell them anything. I owe you nothing.
If he's going to look at you as having options and think that you're a hoe, he's definitely not the right
I
motherfucker.
feel
Yeah,
like y'all
exactly.
can't handle it.
It depends. It depends on the, like how mature the
Yeah,
dude
yeah, a
is.
lot of y'all just
Like,
like,
if
so
they're like really insecure about themselves, they just gonna like call out labels saying anybody. So they're gonna be like, you talking to everybody else, you a hoe. You approach me instead of me approaching you, you approach everybody else, you a hoe. That's like the immature person, but that's not everybody.
It's not me for sure. Like, I don't mind that shit at all. Like I really don't. Like I grew up with a single mom. My mom's beautiful, but also like she didn't play no games. She always like explored her options. But my mom was never like a hoe or anything like that. Like that was never the case. So my perspective with women doing that is entirely fucking different. Which would be like, oh, you got options. For me, that's a nigga's ego speaking. Like, oh, I don't want to lose, or I don't want the competition, or I don't want to have to step up. I just want this shit easy for me. Like, fam, this shit don't work.
Well, I don't want her talking to nobody, but I'm gonna talk to these five.
Right.
Now, you gonna talk to five, I'm gonna talk to 10. Don't play. Don't play.
100%.
Okay,
Hey,
my
girl.
question was answered.
All right, my girl. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye guys.
Bye.
She should have been here.
I love her. That's my girl.
She was here the last time, right?
But I
Yeah.
understand her question because, you know,
Absolutely.
if a woman did, you know, it took a long time for women to embrace their sexuality or for it to be
Absolutely.
accepted even by
Yes.
society.
Absolutely.
So it's like back in the day, if a woman did know what she wanted or she approached a man, that's the first thing you thought was she was a hoe.
Right.
No, she's going for what she wants, and that's okay. So a lot of people still do think that, like you said, it's all in the approach.
Right.
If you coming off and you drunk and you trashy,
Right.
you suspect. But if you like, listen, I've been looking at your ass from across the room. What's up? I said, well, you know, he gonna be like, ooh. So I mean, and whether he takes it or leaves it, of course, that's up to him. But it still is that it's still a form of communication.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
All right, y'all. Last question. What are some things you wish were still relevant to dating today that was relevant in the 80s, 90s, and even the 1820s?
Yeah, I ain't that old, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no, just throw back.
Answer that question because I was dating in none of those eras. So
Hey, you
But-
speak on it first. Give us a little sense.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Like
You don't.
opening doors.
Yeah, what you mean?
But
I
see,
feel like
but to me, my man
it doesn't
still
matter what
My
year
children
that
do
is.
that.
You should do that. You should do that, but that is a lost art.
I do it. Like I have to literally sit there and have a conversation with some women because they think that like I think they're weak or they want to be independent, and it's just like no, like my like step grandfather, my mom always taught me like open the door, like be a gentleman, like regardless of if I'm courting the girl or not, like if it's just a woman in general. Like I'm from the Midwest and like a lot of people migrated from the South there, so like that's just the culture for me. So for me, that shit is timeless. That's a thing that you should just do. It's just
it's like
that's real. So I'm gonna say one
saying?
thing about that, and the reason why I say that it is a lost art is because, and I'm not nothing to the feminists or anything to women who stand up for themselves. I think that women empowerment is a beautiful thing, but at the same time, the women empowerment movement has turned some women into people that are like, I'll open my own door, or I'll do for me, or I'll do, out of spite, you know what I mean? So that has turned off some men to be like, to take a second guess and say, do you want me to open your door? You know, like it brings this little area of unknown. So it is going away. Not to say that should affect any man. You should at least try it first to see if she,
You shouldn't even ask, you shouldn't question it, do it.
Exactly, do it. And then if she says, no, I'm good, then do that. Absolutely. I'm just saying that the way that things have moved in with women empowerment, some things have been lost. Right. So what are some things that we would love? She said voicemails with music. I'm gonna answer. Turn up that Casey. Turn up that Casey and JoJo. Hey, you have reached Gianna.
Yes, exactly. You gotta get that deep. You gotta get that Barry Manilow voice.
It's gotta be.
Hey, what's up?
Gotta be. All right, I'm gonna start over here with you, Nose. What do you wish that would be brought back, or that would be prevalent?
I mean,
ooh, okay. I'm gonna give you some time. I'm gonna say what Cicely said. Cicely said, put in the work and not being so quick to walk away.
Call me Cicely.
Yes, snaps, girl. That's real. But I'm very guilty of that
my
because
boyfriend does that. You open stores and you bring me flowers and still makes me coffee in the morning and breakfast in bed. So
that's precious, but that's not necessary. I think that's lost because we're moving so quickly now.
He's 5 years younger.
And it's lost because society is taking away men's masculinity on so many levels.
Society's taking everything away from everybody.
It's like
I agree with you.
if a man wants to show that he cares or he loves a woman, he's like, you a punk, you a this.
Right. Let him do it.
Maybe if you took that energy and you went and did something, you wouldn't be all up in what's going on above a chin.
That's it.
Yeah, he still does that.
That's precious.
Right. Like, he does all of that. So.
You like, I won.
Shut up, you take away nothing.
Yeah, I'm good.
I will agree with you. I will feel like, in our times, like, other than me and Vic, some, like, chivalry is kind of lost in a sense because a lot of people kind of grow up in different type of homes and, like, are raised in different type of ways where they're just, like, getting this perception of, like, I don't need to do this. They got it. That type of shit.
Yeah.
But just like Vic grew up in a single-parent home with his mom. And, like, he used that to his advantage to, like, understand chivalry. I grew up in a house full of, like, 7 sisters.
Right.
And 1 gay brother. So everything was, like, I was kind of surrounded by, like...
feminine energy.
Yeah, exactly. And I was always taught to, like, open the door for a girl, always stand by the road when we walk on the sidewalk.
Right.
And just, like, all this stuff and, like, really try to, how do I say, like, communicate with them on a deeper level. Because I've been through a whole lot of shit growing up where I see my sisters be in so many relationships and they come home crying and like, beating stuff like that. And it's just like, you don't want to do that. Like me, myself, I don't want to do that to another person.
Right.
So you always just have to like, like my dad always kind of taught me to like treat the next woman how I would want somebody else to treat my sisters.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
So I would agree with you. Chivalry is kind of lost, but I feel like it's something that we can't just like tell people to do. It has to be taught, like kind of like from like the newer generation and up.
Yeah.
Because these people, like, you can't teach your old dog new tricks. So people are gonna be who they're gonna be.
Right.
Much.
Okay.
So yeah.
What you were trying to bring back from 1820, girl?
Listen.
be doing in 1820.
I'm not. Oh my gosh, I'm not saying from when you were born. I'm just saying like
answers that ain't been here yet. Business.
Well, what would you want to see from past generations still hold true? I think Cicely called it though. I ain't gonna lie.
She did. Good job, Jessica. That's my girl. That's my boo. All of it. I want to see all of it. There's not one thing. I want. Women are strong. We know we are. We don't need to prove it any longer. Let the man be the man.
Okay.
Let that man open the door. Let that man pump the gas. Let that man change the oil. Let that man pull his motherfucking drill out. Do whatever. He might fuck some shit up. Let him do it. Let him do it.
It's true because I'm a single mom and I had to take care of my own shit forever. So when he came around, I was like, oh no, I got it.
Right.
Oh no,
you gotta learn to step back.
I
I'm
did.
like that too.
I did. I had to learn how to step back and let him do him, and I was like, shit.
You
You have a drill.
So all of it, and it's up to women in most cases. If the man is not going to do it, it's up to us to demand it. Because if you don't demand it, then the next time you get with the next chick, then he's going to do the same thing because he's comfortable. He's okay with not doing it. He's okay because you accepted it. So of course he's gonna expect the next person. But if we all are like, and it's small things. It's a small gesture.
Yeah. I'm
not asking you to do too much. You can open the fucking door. You're
right.
gonna open it anyway. Right? You're gonna open it anyway. So
right.
if we all demand those things, but then again, as women, you have to hold up and you have to do the things that men are expecting of us to do as women as well. You can't expect him to hold the door and then he's eating that Taco Bell every damn night for dinner. Right. So it's a two-way street.
Understood.
You know, so to me, all of it needs to come back, and it's not all gone. So
of course,
all come back. It's just everybody needs to be. If everybody stays here and not try to do this because you're getting this or getting that, just be consistent, and if everybody holds everybody accountable for certain things, then we won't have to worry about bringing it back because it would never leave.
100%.
And it was especially hard during the pandemic. He was still working and I was not. I've worked my whole life. I had my own things.
Yes.
So when he was working and I was not, I was like, okay.
Yeah, take a step
Same thing.
Right.
Same thing. I'm a worker bee. I only know how to work, and I only know how to be a mother. So my kids are grown, and I ain't got no job. I'm like, what do I do now?
That's a hell of an investment.
Mark, the whole Mark the Stewart in me kicked in.
I'm
I'm making shirts,
I'm
candles, and all kinds of stuff to keep myself busy.
Yeah. You making candles? Do it.
Candles.
Trish, talk to me, girl.
Yeah, I agree with her 100%. I miss everything. I think I was born in the wrong,
100%. I'm old as hell. I'm at least 83.
I really was.
At least.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think it's really important to allow like the right man to be alpha and you're beta. It's really just that simple. She really said everything.
Okay.
To be honest with you.
All right.
They ain't gonna invite me back.
You are always invited back. What you talking about? But you know what? What's good about this is hopefully when I post that people can comment. People can comment and say if they have opposing views or what they think. That's why I wanted to open up the conversation. All right, Vic. Yes. Vic say it's still here.
It's difficult. Not difficult for me, but my perception is that like the real doesn't fade. Like,
okay.
The real is literally timeless. It doesn't matter what era it is, what dimension. Like real is real. And,
understood.
Like, what stick is going to stick, and you have no fucking control over that, whether you believe it or not. So, in that sense, I don't think anything needs to come back. I just think people need to focus on what's important. And again, this whole time, it's just coming back to self, because self is so goddamn important. And
snaps.
You will understand yourself and understand your values and your morals and just what you will and what you won't accept for yourself. And with that, there's no era is that. How do I convey this? Fuck. God damn it. I don't know.
That's the rock kicking in.
It's just like the real is timeless.
That's
no
real.
Era. There's no era where it doesn't exist or where it does. It's just real is where it's going to be.
Okay. I like that.
Unlearn a lot of shit.
Facts.
We do.
I think that's real.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We have to not be afraid to, like, unlearn and relearn.
Exactly.
And understand that what you're doing is wrong and something else needs to happen. The simple things, romance, date nights. You right.
Oh,
I like the simple stuff.
Important.
Man.
Yeah.
Date nights. You
Like
gotta have
it's simple. And it doesn't have to be, you have to go spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
No.
It could be the same.
I'm trying to turn
You
around.
could do date night at home. You could do
For
date
sure.
night at the park.
Yeah.
Not in this Vegas heat when it cool off.
Go get something to eat.
For
Yeah,
sure,
I mean,
for
there's
sure.
a drive-in. There's just go
Yeah.
bowling. It depends on your personality and your hobbies. Because date night for some people could be going to go camping. Date night for some people is
Right.
dinner. Some people, date night could be bowling. Date night could be a lot of different things. It depends on what you and your significant other consider date night. Whether you want to learn new things or you want to engage in hobbies that you already have and you share together.
Right. All right, y'all. That was my last question, but I do like to open it up to the floor. I like to people.
Like people.
No,
I like
I like.
I like people.
I'm gonna say I like her people, but Kourtney made me laugh. She said Dollar Tree got 99-cent balloons. If you try to turn something into date night, make it nice.
Wait a minute. I saw Extreme Cheapskates and he threw his wife a whole 10 years.
Wait,
hold on.
$25.
$25.
Yes.
We're not back. I don't understand what you're saying one time, but say slower.
Extreme cheapskate.
There's a show
Okay.
called Extreme.
It's the thought. That's it for real.
I thought you said cheesecake. You was like,
Cheesecake's
I was like, cheesecake.
He threw his wife a whole 10-year anniversary for like $25.
You better go.
The balloon said anniversary sale. It was some old fire truck balloon.
Happy first
We got
birthday.
one cake pop for everybody who came. Listen.
All right, so I do like to open it up to the floor.
Anniversary.
If y'all have questions for each other, if y'all women have questions for the men, or men have questions for the men, or women have questions for the women, y'all can get out, open up the floor. If not, we could call it.
Speak now, forever hold your peace.
That's it.
Will y'all follow me on Instagram? Can you do that?
Listen, sir.
Put in the plug. Vic Smith Music, yeah?
Oh, I meant not on the live. I meant these people. Y'all can't follow me. Nah, still.
But is that it? Vic Smith Music?
Yeah.
Hey!
Isaac on the line? Isaac?
I don't think I saw
Okay.
anything.
Just speak as if
My
Isaac
child
is
was like, Mom, I'm about to be on this live. And I was like, no, you are not.
All right,
I
y'all.
said,
Thank
how are you going to find out? He's like, I'm going to go on Cynthia's page. And, then
And that's it. That's it. That's all he got to do. All right. I appreciate everybody for coming. Thank y'all so much. Give yourselves a hand. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Everybody is welcome to another episode. But that's love. This has been love. Thank y'all. Later.